Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. We have an interesting article here from the National Post. Tignan ninyo. An immigrant who came to Canada using a false identity wins another shot at retaining citizenship. So, may nanganganib ang kanyang citizenship. Okay? Ang dami kong tanong dito pa lang sa title na to, no? Gumamit ng false identity, pero citizen na. Nakalusot, no? Nakalusot. And as you can guess, ang dahilan po kaya binabawi ngayon ng kanyang citizenship ay dahil nga nabuking siya, hindi niya dineclare na bago pala siya naging PR and then eventually naging citizen. Bago pa yan, dumating na siya dito sa Canada, nag-file na maging refugee using a different name. And then that refugee claim was denied. Okay? And because na-deny, eventually nagkaroon siya ng deportation order. Umalis siya ng Canada. After a while, nakahanap siya ng ibang paraan bumalik at maging PR, and that is through spousal sponsorship. Wala naman po yata nagka-question sa kanyang marriage. Ang problema niya ngayon, several years later, naging citizen na nga siya eh. May isa pong ahensya dito sa Canada na discover na, teka muna, nakita ko na tong taong ito noon. Itong mukhang ito, literal, itong mukhang ito sa litratong ito. Bakit siya merong kamukha, mukhang kambal, pero magkaiba ang pangalan? Okay, so ang nagsumbong sa kanya sa IRCC, hindi kaibigan, yun, the usual, no, na naririnig natin. Hindi kakilala, kundi isang ahensya ng gobyerno na pinuntahan niya both when he was here as a refugee claimant, an asylum claimant, and then when he became a PR. Sipin nyo, di ba? May ganun din palang sistema. Okay, yun ang nagtimbre sa IRCC, and that triggered an inadmissibility hearing against him. Actually, parang nirevoke na yata eh. Okay, yun nga lang, nagpunta itong taong ito sa federal court para, kumbaga, i-apela yung naging decision. And as this report from the National Post says, nanalo siya dun. Nanalo siya dun. Okay? So, he has another chance to retain his citizenship kasi ang nangyari po, si Judge sinabi na, okay, ibabalik ito sa bagong assessing officer. Okay? So, puntahan na natin. This is from the National Post, pero parang mas maganda actually yung summary in this case doon sa mismong federal court ruling. Ito po yan, nakita ko. So, this decision from the federal court came out February 12, 2026. Okay? Originally, from Bangladesh, itong taong ito, si Mr. Salim Bapari, o Mr. Bapari. He is challenging the decision of the Minister of Citizenship and Immigration to revoke his citizenship. Okay? So, puntahan natin yung kanyang storya. The applicant, born in Bangladesh, first came to Canada in 1999. However, he was not using the same name he currently uses, which appears to be his true identity. So, itong Mr. Bapari na talaga ang kanyang tunay na pangalan. Okay? In 1999, he came to Canada under the name of Reza Ahmed. And maliban sa fake name, ibang birthday din ang kanyang binigay. He came to claim refugee protection sa Vancouver. That claim for refugee status was rejected. And then, nagkaroon din siya ng judicial review petition. Pero naging unsuccessful din. Okay? So, noong March 2005 pa siya, nagkaroon ng removal order. Ang tagal din inabot, Okay, so a removal order was executed on April 2, 2005. Okay, so pinabalik siya ng Bangladesh. 5 months later, eto na guys, Mr. Bapari married Dilara Ismin. Okay, isa pong PR sa Canada. Nagpakasal sila sa Bangladesh. And then, as we would expect, an application for PR in Canada sponsored by his spouse was made. Tapos, 3 months later, September 2026, he was interviewed at naging successful na ang kanilang spousal sponsorship. Naging PR na siya noong 2007. Ayan, January 2007. Doon sa kanyang application daw sa spousal sponsorship, sabi dito, Mr. Bapari did not disclose the name Reza Ahmed. Okay, pati yung date of birth na peke. Okay, at hindi rin niya dinisclose that he sought refugee status before. Yeah. So the refusal pala of the refugee status and the fact that he was also deported was not disclosed. O eto na, nag-apply na siya ng citizenship years later in August 2010. Sabi dito, Mr. Bapari doubled down in his application for citizenship. Tinanong dun sa application to disclose other names that you may have used in before, other aliases, and he chose not to disclose the same information na sinabi natin. He was not truthful when asked the question about having been under a removal order by answering no. May checkbox yan eh. Were you ever asked to, were you ever deported or nakakuha ka ba ng removal order dito? Ganyan. Ang sinagot niya, no. And then on December 2012, 2 years later, he became a citizen. Ito na guys, curious kayo kung anong ahensya ng Canada ang nagtimbre sa IRCC. Ito yan. Okay. So una, nagkaroon siya ng lisensya. O yan, may clue na kayo, no? Nung panahon na siya isang asylum claimant dito, that was from 1999 to 2005. He had his driver's license under the name of Reza Ahmed. Similarly, ayan, ang kanyang British Columbia ID card, Reza Ahmed rin. Nirenew niya ang kanyang mga ID 2004. Okay? He is said to have presented himself 32 times to the Insurance Corporation of British Columbia or ICBC for driver testing. Sa mga panahon na nag-renew siya, he was photographed for the identification cards twice and 4 times for his driver's license. He even had 3 insurance claims with ICBC for a total of upwards of $25,000 plus. Yun yung panahon na asylum claimant siya. Umalis na siya, bumalik ngayon ng PR. Nung PR na siya, balik siya ng Canada. Okay, 2007 na. Kumuha na naman siya ng driver's license pero using a different name. This time under the name of Salim Bapari, yung tunay na niyang pangalan. He presented himself to ICBC for driver testing 19 times. Ba't ang dami niya palang times na nag-apply for driver testing? Ano ba ito? Okay, and then he was photographed 9 times. Sometime in December 2013, yung CBSA nakakuha raw ng information from the ICBC. Okay. Gumagamit raw pala kasi ang provincial government ng BC ng isang tinatawag na utilizing facial recognition software to protect the integrity of BC driver's license and identification cards program. Oh, eto, sabi ko sa inyo eh. In fairness, na-detect The comparison of the photographs taken of Reza Ahmed and Salim Bapari revealed a possible match. So, tinimbre ngayon sa CBSA, kumuha ng immigration consultant si Mr. Bapari. Yung CBSA, in-advise na si Bapari na he was under investigation. At yun na nga, nagkaroon siya eventually ng deportation order. He was found guilty of misrepresentation. Hindi rin niya kasi dineclare yung mga bagay na yan. And then, he went to federal court. By the way, during his initial hearings with the CBSA, kinonfirm naman talaga nila lahat. Oo, nagumamit siya ng ibang pangalan, hindi yun ang totoo niyang pangalan. Okay, the applicant stated that his original arrangements to Canada, sabi daw, it was made by a broker, a different identity than his true identity was chosen dahil daw dun sa broker na nagsabi na using the original name for refugee claim would get him in trouble in Bangladesh. May ganun pa. Okay. So anyway guys, yun ang nangyari. Okay. Ngayon nagpunta siya ng federal court. Ang daming mga, kumbaga, pakikiusap ni applicant na sana i-consider ng CBSA, IRCC, yung kanyang personal circumstances na dito. He cited health reasons. Yan, ito yan. He supports daw family members in Bangladesh. Tapos, nagtatrabaho naman daw siya dito. He has never been on social welfare, involved in community and religious activities. And nakasulat dito, if he had to return to Bangladesh, he highlights the security concerns in a country where police corruption is rampant, according to some documentation. Okay. Now guys, ang decision ni Judge, medyo complicated kung babasahin natin ano. Nakitaan lang niya ng butas yung proseso na ibinigay dito kay applicant. Hindi daw kasi naipaliwanag ng husto nitong assessing officer, hindi raw kasi inaddress ng husto ni officer yung personal circumstances nung tao, ni applicant, ni Mr. Basari. Dapat daw, according to judge, binibigyan mo ng sulat yan, ng paliwanag, na detalyadong paliwanag, kung bakit yung mga sinasite niyang personal circumstances are not enough for you to say na hindi, okay? Pwede ka pa rin ibalik sa Bangladesh, kumbaga. So again, let's make it clear, ano, the decision did not focus on merits of whether or not dapat ba siya maging inadmissible dahil meron siyang hindi dineclare dun sa kanyang mga application. Okay? Na siya ay naging dishonest sa kanyang application. Ang sabi dito, whether or not the outcome might be reasonable is not relevant. It is the process leading to the outcome which is deficient, making the decision under review not reasonable. Not reasonable, pero hindi ibig sabihin na tapos na, no, itong pinagdadaanan ni applicant. Okay, babalik lang muli ang kanyang kaso sa ibang assessing officer. Okay, to determine whether or not talaga bang dapat siyang tanggalan ng citizenship. So that is it. What do you guys think, no? Depende na siguro ito sa susunod ng officer kung paano niya ipepresenta ang kanyang argument. Ano? Anyway, for now, that is it. What do you guys think? Abangan ko po yung comments ninyo, ha? See you guys in the next one. Bye!